Okay, we're going to start a little demo here of Impero Backdrop. Uh, the URL that you want is us2.backdrop.cloud. Once you get to that page, click Sign in with Google, choose your account, and it should hop you right in. You want to take a look at your student groups, and in this case all I have is my test group, and it's right there. So that's good. You should have classes. Your classes will be built from your Google Classrooms following the instructions that were sent out. So let's take a look at what our student would see before we go any further in the teacher side. Let's take a look at the student side. So we're going to take a look over here at our Chromebook. Our Chromebook, our student sees a please share your screen. And what the student wants to do, you can see here that the share button is not so they can click on it right now. But if they just click on that image, then the share button lights up and they can share their screen. And when they share their screen, you'll see what the student has, and you'll see, or this is the student view now. So my student is working on her Chromebook here, and we will go back to the teacher page here. And I am going to go ahead and go to my class with my test student in it. Select my class, and you'll notice up here in the upper right there is a button to start the class. So in this particular class I only have my test student. I don't have any other students. In your classes you should see all of your students populated in this spot. I'm going to go ahead and start the class. And shortly we'll see that the screen shows up here for the student, and I'll show you here. If we go to a view, we have the student screen there, and we can see the teacher screen up there at the top. Let me swap that so the teacher screen is the larger one. We can keep an eye on what's going on with the Chromebook back there on the side. So now my teacher, or I can now select, I can see what's going on with my student view. The view that you see on the screen is actually off of the Chromebook. And then you can see, go ahead student, and change some pages around there, go somewhere else, navigate somewhere else. And we can see that it updates fairly quickly in the teacher view. Of course I only have one device right now, so my student is taking off in some other direction. And so, okay, so let's go look now at what we could do if we select. We could do a select all right up here at the top. And if I do that, I can see that it selected my test student. And now we have some options here. We can see that we have our device here. We can see what's going on with my student on that device. And it's updated every so often. This isn't, it's not, it's, you know, it isn't going to try to give you every frame that comes across that. It just does select frames. Kind of give you an idea what they're doing, or what they're going with, what they're working on. We have some options over here on the side. So when we select, which we have one selected right now, our one student. If we had more students, we could have them all selected. And let's say we wanted to lock the screen. Disable internet access is an option up here. Not sure just when you would use that. You could use that option as well. But what we might want to do if we wanted to address the whole class and have their undivided attention is we might want to lock the screen. And so here we're looking at the real time of the Chromebook and the teacher's view, and I'm going to go over here and lock the screen. And what you'll see is the student is all locked now, can't do anything, just has a black screen. So you should not have to compete with what's going on there in that view. And now we can go ahead and select all again, and we can unlock, and that will allow the student to be back wherever they were. So each action that you take, you need to select which students applies to. You can apply to one student, you can apply to many students. So my student is on Craigslist, like our students might be, and cruising around. We also have the option to log out devices. We could do that. I'm not going to do that right now, but I see that this student is not where I want them to be. So I could send a message to the student. Please get back on task. And I can send that message. So I'm clicking right now in my teacher console, and you'll see that, oh, there's a message for my student. Totally butts into their world. And you saw that, and my student clicked on and didn't change her browsing behavior. So I can go over here on this, and I can say, okay, student, let's bring you up front and center. And I can see what they've been on, and I can say, well, we'll just fix you up. We're going to close that tab. And now your Craigslist tab is closed. And we're going to close that, that. And we can see what they've been doing as well. Okay. All right, so let's say that we needed to launch a specific website over here. So let's go back out of this. We want to send all of our students to a specific website. And so to do that, we can select our students. We can go over here and go to a website. And I just want to send everybody to khanacademy.org. And pow. That should, let's take a look at our Chromebook here. Full screen, and sure enough, our Chromebook is going to Khan Academy just like that. And there we go, Khan Academy. So we just could have sent every student in the classroom to Khan Academy, just like that. So that can be a handy feature. Let's go back to our desktop view here. Put our Chromebook up in the corner. And now our student is safely on Khan Academy. So the other thing that we could do is we have options over here to broadcast my screen. So I could send my screen to every Chromebook. I could broadcast a student's screen as a possibility. I could launch a meeting if we wanted to do that. Probably not necessary when you have your students in class. You have that option. And then we also have some website lists down here that we can apply to our students. And what we can do here is, let's take a look at what's in one of these lists. Let's go back to our full screen here, not pay attention to what our student is doing right now. If we edited this list, I've got just one website in there. This is an allowed list. I can create a new list. I can save or delete a list. And this would be, the password generator would be the only thing that they would be allowed to go to. So let's click back out of here. Not in my class. Let's take a look at what that list would be. Not in my class would, well, this is an allowed list, but of course it looks like I misspelled my YouTube there. So anyway, that would be an allowed list also. Let's click back out of that, and this would be a block list down here, not in my class, where they couldn't go to YouTube or Dell. So my test student, I notice, is going to, let's go back out of here and see what our Chromebook is up to. And we can see that our Chromebook is, there we go. Where's our Chromebook going? Our Chromebook is going to YouTube, and our Chromebook is on Khan Academy. And oh, YouTube is blocked for you. You're an IDYCA student. So at any rate, go back over to your Khan Academy tab. And I'm going to go back over to my, let's take a look at this. And I got my students selected. And remember, in the not in my class, this is a blocked list, so it's going to block YouTube and Dell. Let's go take a look at our test list. And test is only allowing, it's allowing password generator. So let's go ahead and apply this allow list. Okay. So we're going to go over here. Let's go back over here, and we are going to apply test. Boom. And we've done that. And now let's go back over and look at what our student is seeing. That page has been blocked because remember the only thing that was allowed was password generator and Dell.com. And so every tab that my student was on, go ahead and demonstrate that for us, student. Every tab that was open has now been blocked. Khan Academy is blocked because remember the only thing that was allowed were those two websites. So you can create these allow lists or block lists and have them ready to go, and you, just like that you can apply them to the whole class. So that can be a handy feature. So let's go back over to our desktop view. What we want to do now, notice that down here there is a list applied, this green icon showing there's a list applied, and what I want to do is select all, and here we go. I want to select all my students again, and I want to clear the lists, and now that icon is gone for my student and everything's ready to go. So you always want to, when you get done, if you've applied lists, it's a good thing to clear those because those will stay with your student if you haven't done that. So that's the basics of Impero Backdrop. You can develop these lists ahead of time, you can develop favorites ahead of time, do all those items, and hopefully this will be a useful platform for you and for your students and help you to maintain better management of your classrooms. Certainly for our younger kids, you should be able to push content right to them. They don't have to go find the URL. It's a handy way to go. When you're done, make sure that you've cleared any lists for your students, stop your class, and you will be done. And that is it for this demo video.